Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first ever broadcast of the Lation Broadcasting Network. Today, we are covering the DSRA in Season 9. It's the 10th race, and tonight we are at Iowa Speedway. It's going to be a very eventful track, very difficult to drive on. But these gladiators here this Sunday night, is there anything they can't do? We are currently in the practice session. Qualifying starts at 10:30. It is currently 10:12. So while we cover practice, I'm going to give you a little bit of a rundown how the season is going. As now we are here at practice, as we are currently looking at the one car of Landon Lyle, who is currently second in practice. As it says there on the graphic, Kyle Watts currently tops the standings, as I will give you the top three in practice throughout this. So Kyle Watts leads practice with a 22.183, almost half a tenth faster than Landon Lyle, and Brandon Beal is currently third. 13 people have set a lap time, the slowest being a 23.6 by the 12 car. And it looks like we have a 300 car on the field that'll have to be fixed. The drivers were given a little bit of a heads up to do a little bit of extra practicing here, because Iowa is one of the more difficult tracks to drive, as we currently see Noel Nichols in the 27 car. I think I'm going to have to load back into the lobby. Some of these cars aren't present, as we have Crystal Bennett in the 84. Some people not taking practice too seriously. That's Kaylin Bevan, Kirsten Bell, as Zach Armstrong almost destroyed them. Notably, this is Zach Armstrong's first DSRA back after the departure of both Tyler Mallon and Jerry Cook. We needed somebody new to host the server, that one being Zach Armstrong, and he's decided to get back into the driver's seat. So it's very good to see Zach Armstrong back. We are very happy to have him here. It's a beautiful Interstate Batteries 09 car. As let me get the... Looks like I already do have the camera set up. He's preparing green flag stops. He has the number one pit stall. Reminder, pit stalls will be assigned after qualifying and not in practice. Landon Lyle is third, 22.2. As we're looking at Tala, is currently fifth in practice. Ran a 22.4. Binned it. Oh, and a big crash. Buddy Campos. Not sure what number he's supposed to be in. As we see Kyle Watts with a lot of damage. But he's still going. Maybe he's trying to practice if he has a bad day or not. There's Thomas Troxel in the 10. Trying to get some laps down. His best is a 22.5. He gets spun out. Currently about 3/10 off of the top time. So Thomas has to find a little bit of race time. But the man of the hour is the 4 car of Kyle Watts. Almost a 200-point lead in this championship. And his only adversary, who was said 200 points back, was Tyler Mallon, who, after a scandal a few weeks ago that we're not going to get into in case we have any children watching, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, we won't get into that. But both Tyler Mallon and defending DSRA winner Jerry Cook are no longer a part of DSRA, meaning that second in points is Victor Delgado III, who is 182 points back. He is currently winless, but Kyle Watts, in a 2-win season, has had a top 5 in every single race this season, and that is why he has such a mammoth point lead. I think he has to be the favorite to win this race. I would be shocked if anybody could catch him. But right now, it's looking like Kirsten Bell has a little bit of pace, as we're looking at the 70 car of Garson Muyam right now. About 13 minutes until qualifying begins. Garson is definitely one of the quicker drivers in NR2003. In any online race, if Garson is competing, he will be a threat to win a race. As we see Joshua Clements enter the racetrack in a currently unassigned car. If you give me a minute, I'm going to actually look and see if I have the correct cars. So I'm going to put up a BRB screen real quick. All right, everybody, it appears that we are back. I apologize for the wait. We currently have 5 minutes until qualifying now. And the good news, I have pretty much everybody's cars. Besides a small handful, I don't believe I have John Felber or Daniel Rivera, so they appear as defaults. Unfortunately, you're just going to have to deal with it. Like Kirsten Bell was in a little bit of a pickle. Kyle Watts is still atop of practice. He has not topped his 22.183. It is still Watts, Bell, and Lyle in practice. I don't know what car that Buddy Campos is supposed to be driving. I'm sure they're going to let him switch it out, get off of the server, and let him use his appropriate car. But Kyle Watts is the talk of the town, especially after the controversy. Even though we're only halfway through the season, I would say that he has all but one hand on the championship trophy heading into tonight. He just needs a good day, and I think he's going to get one. Like I said, he hasn't had a single race outside of the top 5, and we are 10 races in. So I think Kyle Watts is the heavy favorite to win this race, especially with the departure of a few seasoned veterans. Here's a man that needs a little bit of a pick-me-up, Victor Delgado III. He's currently 3rd in points, is going to take 2nd from Tyler Mallon after this round. I apologize for that building. That's going to be really annoying. But Victor needs a really good race, and he needs a slew of them if he wants to catch Watts in this championship. He's done one less race than Kyle. Kyle has completed all 9 races of this season. Delgado has completed 8. But he's still under 200 points as he gets turned right there. Delgado is currently 9th in practice, with his PB being at 22.329, exactly 1/10 slower than 3rd place Landon Lyle. Unfortunately, we're not going to see Daniel Rivera's car tonight, as I couldn't find it. It wasn't in the car pack. I downloaded it twice over, and it wasn't there. So him being a default car, unfortunately, is his fault, not mine. We have Kalen Bevan, very talented race car driver, as Watts gives him a little bit of a bumper, and he gets turned by the driver of the 4. A little bit of shenanigans as Kyle destroys the outside wall. And since this is a Mech17 mod, we get to see the Chevy SS, which is one of my favorite Gen 6 cars that they ever ran. Very happy about that. I actually don't know if that is I have no idea what just happened. I actually do not have any idea if that is a Chevy. Oh my gosh, he just got absolutely destroyed. John Felber involved as well. That 88 car is driven by Carl Childress, currently 15th in the practice session. So we have about 2 minutes until qualifying. When that happens, I'll turn off the ticker. I think, because I'm actually not sure if it's going to break or not. I guess we'll find out the hard way. AJ Rodriguez is back. Oh. Haven't seen him in quite a while. He doesn't run a lot of IFAR. Very happy to see him, though. Rodriguez is currently 9th in the standings, running 7 of the A races. Currently is fighting Nico Servadio and Garson Muyoung, as Jerry Cook is no longer with us. So ignore that CSCA config as Ruby Estes slams the wall. And oh! Hala almost avoided it. I think they did, but they hit the wall there. We have the one of Landon Lyle. Just trying to make some time. As we're rolling the server back. I'm gonna go back to the BRB screen real quick while I get the server set back up. Well, I'm gonna figure out if this graphic works on qualifying. We're gonna go back. I'm gonna turn off the ticker real quick. Look at qualifying as Kyle Watts sets a lap. This is gonna be a test. All right, does it work? Does the ticker work? Actually, I haven't. This is the one thing I haven't tested. Looks like it does. Kyle Watts sets a 22.381. Yeah, no, this is kind of useless. I'm just gonna look at this. Tala goes top of the board, 22.286. That's a tenth off of Kyle's PB, and there it is, 22.197, only a hundredth off of his PB in practice. I would be shocked if that wasn't pole position. Landon Lyle sets a 2:05. That would have been good enough for second in practice. That was a great lap. Kirsten Bell needs to pick it up a little bit, but I think Kyle has pole in the bag. A poor lap from John Felber, 23.435. I believe that's qualifying, as Kyle Watts is your pole sitter, 22.197. As I think Delgado just improved, he's up to third place. And there it is. Everybody set a qualifying lap. There you have it. Kyle Watts is on pole here at Iowa. I'm listening to the driver's meeting spiel right now. I'm not gonna force you guys to listen to that. You know, I'm gonna turn it on. The hell with it.
In terms of penalties tonight, the 07, 93, 88, 46, and 03 are on probation. They start at an automatic 1 out of 2. On the claim system, there are 2 strikes applied. First strike, you go to the end of the longest line. Second strike, you go home. You can either opt to claim yourself or we'll go back and apply claims wherever necessary. For those cars I've already listed, you're not starting at the end of the longest line for this race. Just knowing that you already are on at to begin with. For the 9, the 60, and the 3, rest in peace, Bozos. We'll see you in 2 weeks. We'll see you next week. So we want to race any questions before we get going? We'll let Happy Hour run out so you can practice pit road entry because the short track
gives me a little bit of time to set up my cameras, so let's get that done. Straight to the BRB screen you go. Oh my gosh, the coolest thing literally ever is happening right now. You guys, oh my god, dude, I'm still setting up the camera. You guys can't see it. And I'm not going to show a replay either because I'm evil. But you guys are just going to have to believe me. This is absolutely beautiful scenes here in Happy Hour. I think I just saw the actual craziest crash that humanity has ever seen. And you guys are literally never going to see it. That's just absolutely unfortunate.
If you
I'm so
want,
evil, and we're back.
enter through 4, otherwise enter through 3.
Lyle, 3 is probably the safer option. If you can make 4 work safely, go for it. As long as you get down to that pace speed, you'll be good.
I turned off the TeamSpeak audio. I don't know why it's not going. Now it's off. Ooh, not a great look for Bennett there. Hopefully you don't do that in the race. At least do it in practice. Happy to see Rodriguez back, though. It's been a while since I've seen him. Oh, an absolutely massive pileup. That's no good. Well, I guess it is kind of good. I mean, it's... Oh, car sex. Let's go. Rated R for not kids, because... Oh, and then well, Bennett tried to finish him off. Kind of failed miserably there, but Kirsten Bell hanging like a cow. As one Haas driver once said, no, that was actually when he was at Renault. Oh, man, these rascals. What are we going to do without them? Yeah, you guys can go to race now. I don't think we're going to get anything. We're out of happy hour. How much time we got left? Oh, we still got a minute. Okay, I got a minute to burn. So, hi guys. My name is Kale. Welcome to my broadcast. My favorite shape is the octagon. My favorite food is spaghetti. It's really good. And, I like race cars. I like it when they go fast. My favorite color is blue, despite the ticker being yellow. I had to do that because blue blended in with the screen too much. This Kyle Watch just did something awesome. I have no idea what that was. As looks like we're going to race now. Yippee. I don't know if there's a restart rule. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I wasn't paying attention that much. But Kyle Watts is on pole right now. I mean, I don't even know if I can be surprised. I mean, Kyle is a qualifying ace. But Landon Lyle in second. That's a great qualifying for him. He definitely needs this.
Drivers, start your engines.
As the default NR2003 guy gives the command, we're going. I don't know why Tala just did that. That was a little bit silly. What are we doing, guys? As Delgado's giving Watts the boot. I don't think tempers are failing. I think these guys are just a little bit silly tonight. But the pace car is gonna go in. And what could be a championship-defying race is about to go underway. Kyle Watts leads us to green here at Iowa. Already through turn one, a great lead by Kyle Watts. Delgado is in the wall, and around goes Talas, is in the 20, into the inside wall. Oh, one car goes upside down. Oh my god, and AJ Rodriguez just got flung around. That's going to be a restart, ladies and gentlemen. AJ Rodriguez just got flown into the stratosphere. I'm definitely saving that. What? Yeah, no, that's all I gotta say.
Drivers, start your engines.
It looks like while we were waiting, the person who gave the original command just decided not to do it again. Honestly, I don't blame him. If they told me to give the command and then they had to do it again, I wouldn't do it again. Why would I? So we used up our obligatory online NR2003 restart. Hopefully we don't have a massive crash. I want a good race. So do you, I hope. But for the second and final attempt, Kyle Watts is going to lead us to the flag here at Iowa. Delgado spun the tires there. He's going to go all the way to the back. I think that's because of his internet. As Kirsten Bell is wiggling a little bit, but it was a great start for Landon Lyle. Way better than last time. He's to the outside of Kyle Watts. Look at Tales is in turn 3. Trying to make it stick on the one car. Kyle Watts is going to lead the first lap, but they are side by side for second. As the caution flag is out. Unsure what happened. We're going to have to take a look at that. We're racing back to the line, I think. Watts gets moved by Lyle a little bit, but Watts is going to lead us to the yellow. So we had a lap 1 crash. Looks like Brandon Beal is in it. Buddy Campos in the 8 car might be in it. I'll fetch that replay for you guys. As we see, look at the 37 of Beal and the 10 of Troxel. You're going to see Beal is going to slide up just a little bit. I think he wasn't expecting to get so tight on the exit. It's lap 1 chaos. Troxel hits the wall, comes down. He has nowhere to go. And him and Beal go around the 29 or the 84 rather of Crystal Bennett. Nowhere to go. And after that, it's a track blocker. No for a lot of these guys to go. Hopefully the 09 gets to miss it. As he does. And it looks like only those 3 cars are going to get an incident, fortunately. As Kyle Watts is the leader, I don't think anybody elected to pit. Didn't really matter that much. Sorry for being a little bit slow on that replay. Well, to be honest, things probably aren't going to go exactly to plan. For my first time, anyway. But Kyle Watts is our leader. Landon Lyle is in second. Then we have Aziz, Kirsten Bell, and Joshua Clements, your top 5. Hopefully we're able to get a run like this, and Watts takes us back green. Looks like Kirsten Bell didn't get a fantastic start. Joshua Clements is all over the back bumper of the 29. There's AJ Rodriguez in the 78. A couple of people are in the wall. Something happened with Joshua Clements. He was getting really squirrely heading into turn 3. Look at Garson Muyong trying to take 6th place away from Rodriguez. They are 3 wide on the front straight. Oh, very close quarter racing for this early in the race. Kalen Bevan hits the apron, shoots up the racetrack. AJ Rodriguez is in the wall, nowhere to go. Meanwhile, for second place, Tales is trying to take it from Landon Lyle in the 1 car. Man, I really hate that camera, but I mean the only other option is the static cam, so I don't know, blame the track maker there. And Kyle Watts is running away right now. do believe that he is going. I believe that was Matthew White in the 12 car. Ooh, Ruby Estes sent it really hard into the corner. Crystal Bennett around in turn 1. Caution flag does not wave. Bennett will be P19 after this. As we are side by side for third place here, Landon Lyle. And the 29 of Kirsten Bell battling for third. Lyle had a great qualifying, great practice. It doesn't seem like they have the best race pace in the world as Tala Aziz is catching Kyle Watts in a hurry. Both of them just set their fastest lap of the race, but even then, Tala Aziz was half a tenth faster. Man, these cameras are just really bad. I do apologize. I'm gonna have to do some camera work here. So it looks like Watts had a really good lap there, 22.286. That was almost half a second faster than the 20 car. And now Kirsten Bell is right on them. Lyle and Clements are battling for 4th place now. Clements trying to get the bottom lane working. Trying to get a good run on the 1 car. We right on board. You can see him diamonding the corner. Trying to get that run, and he's going to be to his inside. Lyle doing a good job of pinching the 92, but not enough to where he has to make contact. That's how you defend a spot on a short track. That is textbook, as Kyle Watts is still running away from the field. In fact, we have a battle for P11 here. Zach Armstrong on his return to racing after having an extended broadcasting period. Trying to take it from Noel Nichols into turn 1. Not going to get the spot. But the 27's on the apron. 09 can't capitalize, though. It's like Crystal Bennett, rather, has caught the 12 of Matthew, I believe it's Wilhite. I apologize if I butchered that. But we have another battle for 4th here. Clements further alongside the 1 of Lyle than he was previously. I don't know if there's much that the 1 car can do here. The 92 is clear. Not going to take it, though. A great run from the 1 car. Remember, the further you get on the outside, the more tires it's going to chew up, as Clements got on the apron. I think that's going to bail the 1 out, and it does. Landon Lyle retains the spot for now, as Watts is still about 2/10 a lap faster than their opponents. But look at this, a big breakaway from 5th and 6th. Garson Muyong maybe trying to save a little bit of tire, but it was 2/10 quicker than the 92 of Clements, but still a very large gap to overcome. And as you look, Landon Lyle is starting to lose touch out of 2nd and 3rd place. I think the urgency for Clements to get around the 1 is getting higher and higher. Because while the battle for 2nd is great, these guys are also losing out to Kyle Watts, who, by the way, surprising absolutely nobody, is the fastest race car on the track by a full 1/10 of a second. We're going to go on board with Clements once more. Got tied out of the corner. You really do have to be careful to not use up more tire. It's very easy at Iowa to just charge the corner and try and bully your way to get more speed. But as you do that, it grinds the tire down, uses more rubber than if you were to take it a little bit easier. And you do want some tire temp and wear for the end of this run, in case anybody oversteps their measures, as Tala still isn't running away from the 29 of Bell yet. As that time, Aziz was actually faster than Kyle Watts. That time, a 22.424 versus a 506. Watts is still gapping. as there is the battle in the top 3. We're going to look a little bit through the midfield. AJ Rodriguez trying to get by the 70 car of Garson Muyang. As it looks like the 12 car is getting lapped. A bad day for Matthew Wilhite as Kyle Watts continues to lead. 1.7 seconds is the margin right now. It looks like the 12 car is very slow. I think he needs to get off the track if he's going to be this slow. He's got to go. He hasn't gone through the pits. I don't know if there's some kind of issue. We're on board with him. He's got to get pulled off the track. He can't keep going like this. He's going at a top speed of 130, guys. Oh, Armstrong barely is able to avoid him. He still hasn't pit. I don't know what the 12 car is doing, but he's got to get off the track if he's going to have this pace. Because anyway, Kyle Watts still leads us. Crystal Bennett in the 84 is about to be lapped. Bennett gonna go to the high side. Gonna be a respectful lap car. Gonna let the 21 of Watts go. Over the past couple laps, as this is starting to bleed a little bit less, as we're 26 laps into this race. Not sure how long the fuel window is. I didn't really get to check that. This was a very last second decision. How to do this broadcast. As it looks like the 12 is getting a little bit more up to pace. I think he just wanted to crawl through to let the field by, but it kind of put them in more danger than just trying to run your own race. As John Felver is trying to lap the 12 car. We have a little bit of a train here. For 6th place, Garson Muyang, I think, is trying to save a little bit of tire. But I'm not sure if everybody here wants to. AJ Rodriguez has been on his back the entire run. Although, I wonder if the tire saving is starting to get into effect here, because Garson is running a little bit faster lap times than these guys. We'll just have to see, though, as Landon Lyle has finally lost out to Joshua Clements for 4th place. Josh seemed pretty fast in practice. We'll have to see what he can do in the long run, as Tala is still not able to shake off Kirsten Bell. I think at this stage, the 29 car is faster than the 20. As Watts is dealing with a little bit more lap traffic. Those are the 8 and 37 cars. They were involved in our lap 1 crash. As Watts safely gets through Buddy Campos, now trying to get by the 37 of Brandon Beal. As we now have a full-on battle for second. Kirsten Bell trying to get by Tala Aziz. As we approach halfway into this race, I'm wondering where the green flag pit stop is going to be. I believe we're going to have a one-stopper, unless they have to pit literally right now, which would shock me. I think this is going to be a one-stop race. Even if it was on the number, I think the lap 1 yellow would have been able to put them a little bit over for it to be able to be a one-stop, as Victor Delgado was going to be second in points after this race, passing, I believe, Tyler Mallon. Is not having the day he needed. He's P12 right now. He needs more spots, but look at that. His internet isn't really being that nice to him. He's warping all over the place. It's really bad. I feel bad for anybody who's gonna have to be side by side with him. I'd give him a little bit of room. As Joshua Clements looks like has taken 3rd place, Tala has fallen all the way down to 4th. As Bellis got by for 2nd place. They're trying to negotiate their way through the lap traffic. The 8 car gonna play ball, lets Clements through. Gonna compromise the exit of Aziz a little bit, but the 20 gets to slide up the racetrack. Watts is still the fastest car on the racetrack. I can't believe how much pace that kid has. It's Clements. He's going to charge into the racetrack. I think he's probably the best of the rest right now. Because he's going to try and start battling with the 29 of Bell. Trying to make it a Diesel Motorsports 1-2. Clements, this is his first race with the team, but Clements pretty much is a DMS lifer. I mean, in IFAR, he drives for Rodriguez, who is the owner, currently in the 78 car. Both in IFAR and in DSRA, and, well, pretty much everywhere that I know. Pretty sure he was also a part of DMS CSCA before that series expired, as Beal still has a lot of damage. The tough break for Beal. Pretty quick driver, I would have to say from my experiences, but definitely not the start you want, as there is a big battle for second place now. Clements has been patient, working methodically through the field. I believe he started 5th. He's trying to get 2nd now. Man, the 12 car is so slow. It makes me nervous every time they pass him. As we see, Clements' strategy has pretty much been diamonding the corners all race. But I don't know. I think he shifted there. He is shifting. I feel like everybody's shifting here. That's surprising. I actually did not see that coming. But Clements is diamonding the corner. It looks like Bell trying to take that line away, but overdrove it just a little bit. Wasn't able to cut down like Clements did. That's about a 1/10 of a second off. As Clements is going to try and look to the inside of Bell here. Can't pin down the throttle. Kirsten Bell, a great defense, keeps 2nd place for now. But I think the question is not if he can get by, but when. Kyle Watts. Oh, it looks like something happened to Landon Lyle in P15. Oh, we're having a green flag pit cycle. That's what's going on. People are pitting. Rodriguez, Ruby Estes are out of the pits. I'm not sure who is and is not out, as it's been for a while, but because of that lap 1 incident, Thomas Troxel decided to retire from the race. As I'm going to watch Kyle Watts here for a little bit. As it looks like the 12 is in. Landon Lyle is in, so he was 15th on merit. That's definitely interesting. Not sure how that works out on their strategy, as there is Kyle Watts still electing to stay out. Not sure why, as I believe Clements has come in. There definitely is a benefit to overcutting, as Watts is now finally comes in. But actually, there really wasn't that much fall off, only half a 1/10. That's a little bit surprising. I was expecting a little bit more out of the long run, but you could run pretty much consistent laps the whole way through, as the 12 is unbelievably slow in the pits. Looks like we had an accident in turn 1. No caution, though. John Felber spun entering into the pits, as Kyle Watts is taking his pit road service. Gotta take right sides now. And off he goes. There is Kyle Watts. And, man, I don't see anybody around him. Trying to find the 92 of Clements here in this sea of cars, but I can't. Watts is currently P6. Tala Aziz is the current leader. I'm not sure if they are at pit yet. No, they have not. Aziz is going to go through his pit stall. Zach Armstrong has also not pit yet, but there's Bell getting held up by the 12 car. Had to get out of the gas a little bit. Carl Childress says we have a crash. John Felber into turn 4, single car. That's not going to bring out a yellow. He's going to tow it. Very smart move by the 03. He could have very easily gotten clobbered there, as Tala is going to cycle out right behind Garson Muyong. It looks like he's undercut everybody. Would love to know what happened to Landon Lyle. But Kyle Watts is currently scored 5th. The leader is Kalen Bevan in the 77 car. I don't think he's pit yet. Noel Nichols is in 2nd. Zach Armstrong is currently scored in 3rd. But I think this is the battle for the lead here. I'm not sure if the 77 is pit yet. But if he has, he might be the leader. Question is it on merit? Lap 52 out of 75 now. Kyle Watts is in 3rd place. I don't think that's right. I think Childress was down pit road as that happened, as this is a battle for the lead now. Bevan is the first driver to lead laps, not named Kyle Watts today. But, man, I don't know if he has much of a chance. He's about half a second slower than the 4 car as he hits the apron. I don't think he's pit yet. I think he's trying to run it long. As around the outside, Kyle Watts goes, and into pit lane, the 77 goes. Kyle Watts continues his dominant run, and the race lead. Because actually, that was to unlap himself. My fault. I didn't see that. I want to look at the 20 of Tala, because I want to see where Kyle Watts cycles out in comparison to the 20. I'm not sure how far back he is. Really where anybody is, honestly. But Kyle Watts is definitely the race leader now. We're going to have to wait to the pit cycle to see who's net 2nd place. I believe it is Garson Muyong. Yes, Kyle Watts is the race leader. That's going to update on your ticker shortly. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to Clements. Is he off the track? Oh, he had a clutch. He had a mech fail. Wow, I totally didn't even notice that. But Joshua Clements is out of this race. I think that was the only person that could give Kyle Watts any run for his money. That's definitely a tough break for the driver of the 92. He definitely had a shot to win, albeit a long shot. But you never want to see your day end to a mech fail, as Kyle Watts leads us. Victor Delgado is back inside of the top 10. His internet has plagued him pretty much all day, but he still found a way to scrummage a good run from today, and that's what great race car drivers do, as Tala is 2nd place. AJ Rodriguez is in 3rd place, as he's gone past Garson Muyong. Ruby Estes, who's had kind of a loud day, you know, it's been pretty quiet. I don't think we talked about Ruby all race, but Ruby is inside of the top 5. They jumped Kirsten Bell, so it's a great day for her. As race control just set up blue flags for the 77 car. That's the person that hit right in front of Kyle Watts. Was the last car out of that pit cycle, as Landon Lyle is trying to work his way back inside of the top 10 after some sort of incident. Looks like the 77 got blue flags, but he's not moving over for the 4. In fact, the 77 has turned on the jets. Granted, he has significantly fresher tires than Watts, as we are now at 15 laps to go. Buddy Campos, I believe, was out of the pits. Gonna look and see if Felger is still getting towed. Looks like not. He's likely to be out of the race. Zach Armstrong in the 09 car, if I can find him, is having a fantastic return in P6. Armstrong has broadcasted the last couple of DSRA races, and he's done a fantastic job of it. One of the best broadcasts in NR2003. Definitely recommend you watch him whenever he streams. But his return to racing is so far leading to a very solid top 10 finish. It's Crystal Bennett, P14, not the day that she wanted under any circumstance. But man, hats off to Zach Armstrong. This is a very last-second deal. Wasn't planning on returning and wanted to broadcast, but at the last minute wanted to host the server and do a little bit of racing, as we have a little bit of smoke heading into the pits. I think that's the 12 of Matthew Wylite, just scraping the outside wall, trying to get out of everybody's way. Great run for AJ Rodriguez, who's currently in a shout for second place. Collins is not running away by any circumstances, as we are currently about 11 laps to go. But we have a lap car of Noel Nichols in between second and third place. Rodriguez clips the apron a little bit. That's going to hemorrhage a little bit of time for him. Driver, the 78 owner of Diesel Motorsports, heading out of turn 4, sliding up in front of the 27. That's an easy pass, but it's definitely going to be a tall order to get past the 20 with how fast he's been. But man, nobody has any answer for Kyle Watts right now. But the battle right now is for second. And we have a very big battle right now for a couple of spots. Looks like something happened to Bell. They're outside of the top 10. Haven't been able to look at any replays because we've had a really big green flag run. And there's been a lot of action on track. As Landon Lyle trying to recover back inside the top 10. Currently sitting 10th. Currently 1 lap down. Garson Muyung. The JBL 70 gets a little bit tight. Looks like they're going to try and be 3 wide. Are they going to be able to make it? Lyle gets by Garson Muyung and Kirsten Bell. Very smart decision by Muyung. I don't know why they took him 3. I mean, I get their I don't know if they're fighting for position actually, but I mean, to put a lead lapper in danger like that seems a little bit silly to me, but anyway, we're coming to just a few laps to go in this race. It has been the Kyle Watts show, trying to win 3 races in a row. An absolutely dominant performance for the driver of the 4. Making Diesel Motorsports fans proud around the world. We're probably just in the server. I don't know if there are any fans outside. I mean, I'm a fan of them. I like them. They're a pretty cool team. They're a very old team as well. In fact, Watts, Rodriguez, and Clements, who are the 3 Diesel Motorsports drivers, didn't start in NR 2003, but they started in NASCAR Heat 5 of all games. And after the absolutely terrible launch of NASCAR 21 Ignition, a lot of console players seeked refuge, trying to find their racing itch in other places. A lot of them came to NR 2003 in these online leagues. One of them is Kyle Watts, and that's how he got his start. He's been racing in NR for a couple of years now, and throughout his career, he has improved steadfast. He has turned from pretty much a dark horse driver wherever you go to a dominant force in the game. As we're coming to 2 laps to go, it has been an absolutely dominant drive for Watts. We're only halfway through the season, or a little bit past it. But if this isn't a statement that you're going to win the championship, I don't know what is. With Tyler Mallon and Jerry Cook gone, a lot of questioning about who is going to pick up the mantle of one of the great NR2003 drivers. Kyle Watts might be answering that. I think he's willing to be one of the titans of NR2003 as we hit the white flag for Kyle Watts. 1 lap to go. And the Diesel Motorsports driver having a fantastic day. It's a 1-3 for the team. And coming to the checkered flag, Kyle Watts is going to coast, spin himself out. Maybe not the wisest move. But Watts wins at Iowa. Tales is going to finish in second. AJ Rodriguez is in third. Garson Muyoung is fourth, and Zach Armstrong got fifth at the line. What an incredible return for the driver of the 09. You love to see it. Armstrong's one of the fan favorites. I definitely love him. One of the nicest people you'll meet. Very happy to see that. An absolutely dominant drive by Kyle Watts. And a fantastic, nearly caution-free race at Iowa. A lot of people have a lot to hold their heads high, especially Tales is with a fantastic second-place finish. They had to hold off a lot of people in order to earn it, but it was definitely very well earned. What a fantastic race that has been shown. As there's the static camera that I never got to use because I forgot about it. An absolutely fantastic race that DSRA has provided for us. And I had a lot of fun broadcasting it. I want to thank everybody, for Victor Delgado for letting me do this. It was a pleasure testing out my new broadcast. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I believe next race, we're going to Charlotte Motor Speedway next Sunday. Or the Sunday after. I don't remember if we have an off week or not. But anyway, I will be signing off. Have a great day, everybody.